I am here because the pastor impregnated me about 2 years ago. And now I am a former member of the John Lewis Baptist Church because he kicked me out.
He kicked you out the church when he found out that there was a baby.
Yes, he did. When I started bringing his son around and people started asking questions because he had the same big peanut head and everything. So, yeah.
Well, I can't attest for the baby's peanut head yet, but I'm going to ask you also, Pastor Jenkins.
Yes, sir, Pastor Jenkins.
What is going on?
Well, I mean, the devil is a lie already. She was a member of my church. Yes, that is true. That is true. But she was a member of other people's church, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
Pastor Jenkins, how did you meet Miss LaBelle?
First off, I want to say that the devil is a lie. She told me that she was a good, God-fearing woman. Well, let me tell you something, Your Honor. The devil's in a blue dress. And it came to me in one of my sermons that the devil will be right in front of me. There she is.
Let me propose the same question to you because he said a lot and didn't say much. Miss LaBelle, how did you meet Pastor Jenkins?
Pastor Jenkins is lying. He met me at Hooters, okay? He was coming in there all the time, 3 times a week, with getting like 2 buckets full of hot wings and stuff. Then he, started talking to me and stuff, and I started talking to him, and he was bringing out his Bible and stuff. So I was like, wow, this guy is really, really nice. He's not just here just to see, all the Hooters around. And then he invited me to the congregation, so I started going, and he was the only person I knew. I didn't know anybody else. So things just went left after we started spending too much time together. So he's actually the devil, not me. So I came to the church, and I got familiar with everybody, especially, the pastor. And then he started, because I didn't know anything about the scripture. So he started inviting me to come over to his place so we could go through the Bible together. And everything was just kosher. Everything was fine. We were going, we started at Genesis. And then all of a sudden it was like we was in Revelation because it was like clothes coming off and just all kinds of stuff. He started playing crazy kind of music, like, like R. Kelly kind of stuff. And I was just like, okay, things are kind of changing. And I thought, okay, maybe he's falling for me or something. I thought, okay, this is a genuine, God-fearing man. So he had a modest apartment, you know what I mean? It was a 1-bedroom apartment. But, things started to get weird because I started to notice that there wasn't really much in the apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost like, I don't know, it was like a secondary home or something like that. So then I started getting a little suspicious after a while because it's like there's only so many times that you can get busy in like a suitcase. You know what I mean? Like, not a suitcase. What are those things called that you roll out, you go camping in? A camping bag. It's not comfortable. So I started to ask more questions and stuff like that because I was going to the church. I was seeing all the money like going around and everything like that. And there was days that he had this briefcase and I would see like, $100 bills and money kind of out of it. But I never asked anything because, it wasn't my place or anything like that. So, things just started to get more and more like suspicious. And then after I had my son and, he was born and everything, I was so proud. You know what I mean? I was just like sitting up in the front row and everything like that. But also there was a lot of other women sitting up in the front row. And that's when I really got suspicious. Like, what is really going on here? Okay.
First of all, R. Kelly isn't weird music. I want to put that out there. Pastor Jenkins, tell me, what was the nature of you and Miss LaBelle's relationship?
Ooh-wee. Well, let's open our book to 12 play, where I felt that she had demonic spirits coming out of her.
So you are a exorcist? What?
No. I had to give her extra healing and praying.
Extra healing and praying, and that's how the baby came along?
Well, in the 4 walls of my home, those demons took over me and got in my drawers. And things happened.
He pulled down his drawers.
I see. So
No. The devil is a lie.
The
devil is a lie, sir.
You are saying that you and Miss LaBelle did sleep together?
I was in a state of trying to fight her demons, and I can't say that we did or we didn't.
So the demons made you have sex with Miss LaBelle?
I can't say that. I was in an altered state.
You were in an altered state like you're on drugs.
The demons was taking over me.
So the demons caused the altered state.
I had to put my holy oil.
Yes or no, the demons caused the altered state?
The demons did cause an altered state. Yes.
And where did these demons come from?
Her
And
soul
and
possessed.
Did you happen to get a name for one of these demons?
Look, there's a lot of soul ties there, Your Honor.
I know
can't
the
tell you.
name.
And what will be the name, Miss LaBelle?
His penis. That's the name. His penis. The
his,
serpent was his penis.
His penis is the demon.
Yes.
I see. Between the two of you, wow, this is the first I've ever. I had a pastor lie to the entire courtroom and to the bench about not having sex with a woman, and it turns out that he did. But you're saying you did. It's just that you weren't in your right mind. It was I don't want to say imaginary because it's real to you, but you had a demon force you or take over your mind in order to have sex that created this child.
I can't confirm or deny that, Your Honor.
You cannot confirm or deny that, but you brought that up, so that's what I'm going with. Ms. LaBelle,
Yes, sir.
how has this affected your life
Oh.
and your child?
Well, first off, getting kicked out of the congregation. Now that was pretty tragic for me because, I mean, I really enjoyed going. You know, his sermons were great, and then it's just like my son. I mean, he looks just like his father, and that's the thing that's really embarrassing. And then my son, he's only 2 years old, but he walks around the house trying to preach to me, and it's just really disturbing that his own father won't even own him. You know what I mean? It's been horrible. And then all the other ladies in the congregation constantly making fun of me because, you know, I do kind of wait outside of the church sometimes, and, you know, I try to wait and see if he's gonna come out. So then, you know, I always, you know, pick my son up, and then I just start shaking him in front of him like, look at your son, this is your baby. And he just walks past every time, and so it's really humiliating, you know.
Let me get this right. I want to make sure I'm reading this correctly.
Yes.
You stalk Pastor Jenkins and you shake your baby to get his attention?
You know, when you say stalking, I don't think that's fair. It's not stalking if, you know, he puts, you know, the congregation hours, you know, on the internet and everybody knows when he's going to be doing a sermon. It's not stalking because it wasn't like I just kind of like was trying to find it, you know, like on my own, doing my own research. It's just everybody knows he's going to be there. So then, but then when my son's there, because he keeps ignoring, I have to put my son in his face like, this is your son. This is your son.
I see. Pastor Jenkins, would you like to add to that?
Well, around Normandy and Weston, you got a woman like this that see the nice car, the nice church.
He got a Pinto.
Look, I got a Cadillac, okay?
It is not
It's
a
a
Cadillac.
nice Cadillac. It's classic.
It don't even got back seats.
We're not gonna talk about that. She see the nice car, classic Cadillac. She see the nice church, and she see the nice women in the church, and she wants to be a part of that. She does stalk me. That's why I had to kick her out the church, because she's got a little too crazy. Those demons is coming back to her, I think.
I see. He says you do stalk him. So
Lies.
instead, now it would be one thing if you were to go to the church for the service. It's another thing to follow him to his car and so on and so forth. Are you following him to his car? Because you, out of your mouth, just said, Miss LaBelle, that you're standing there shaking the baby, saying, hey, look, this baby looks like you got your peanut head. I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, okay. So technically, maybe it could have been in the past considered that I was following him to his car, But he's been catching the bus lately because his car is no longer there. I think it got repoed or something like that.
You just said that you question the fact that he may have a secondary apartment, but now you're saying his car's been repossessed. Which one is it?
Well, he got sugar mamas and stuff in the congregation. So he's got women like paying, his bills, and I guess he must have pissed one of them off. That's why he's catching the bus these days.
Pastor Jenkins,
Your Honor.
do you have sugar mamas?
I have women that donate to the church, Your Honor. That's just a proven fact. It's a proven fact. They donate to the church. Not me, but the church.
Okay. I'm going to revert this back to you. Who told you to come to the church? To come to the court. What was your journey? Did your mother, a sister? How did this happen? What made you come to the court?
Well, like I said, that my 2-year-old son, he'd be preaching and stuff, and so he said, "Mama, go to court, get that money." So that's why I'm here.
Ms. LaBelle, there's no way that your 2-year-old son said that.
Well, he is young, black, and gifted, so yes, he did.
Young, black, and gifted.
Yes.
And what is his gift?
Knowledge, talent, very intelligent, very intellectual.
Just an intellectual little kid
Just
at 2
yeah.
years old.
Yes.
I see.
Must be that peanut head. His brain is pretty big.
So you're acknowledging that Pastor Jenkins is a pretty smart guy.
No, not him.
Okay,
I'm the smart one.
I see. All right, Mr. Jenkins, if the 2-year-old child that we're speaking of is your child, what are you prepared to do?
Well, obviously she already lied to you. She's been lying this whole time.
We're gonna find that out. We're gonna find that out in a minute. Okay, so what are you prepared to do?
I'm prepared to take that child to Vacation Bible School because he's gonna need a lot of healing. A lot.
Okay, so
He's gonna need some.
What I meant was, I'm saying in terms of financial fiduciary.
Well, Your Honor, the world is my kids. The world is my family. So everybody's my kid. Everybody's my family.
Pastor Jenkins, you're talking in what I like to call riddles and circles at the same time.
Okay.
I asked you a question, what are you going to do with the kid? And you said Vacation Bible School. Then I asked you, what are you going to do financially for your child, if it's your child? And you said, I don't know what you said. You just said words. So let me ask you again. What are you prepared to do if the 2-year-old child is your child?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
But this court doesn't.
Look, the Lord supersedes the court.
And so does his penis.
Ms. LaBelle, what are you prepared to do if he is not the father?
If he is not the father, then I'm prepared to remove the tattoo of his name off my buttocks.
Just the tattoo?
Yes.
Okay, anything about the child?
No. I might change his name.
What is his name?
Well, right now his name is Sinner Son.
Okay. And you may change his name to something that's not reflected by the pastor?
Yes.
I see. And what if he is the child?
What do you mean?
What if Pastor Jenkins is the father?
Well, he better pay up.
I see. I have the test, the diagnostic test right here, right now. These are 99.99999% accurate. Mr. Jenkins, when it comes to the 2-year-old child, you are the father.
Oh, Lord,
I told you. God works in mysterious ways.
All right.
Sorry.
With all the
Sorry.
celebrating and backwards flips and everything. Now that you understand that this child is your child, what are you prepared to do now?
You know what?
And I don't want to hear about The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Your Honor.
I don't want to hear about going to Sunday school. All right, Pastor Jenkins, in relationship to Miss LaBelle, what are you prepared to do?
I'm prepared to take care of the child,
Your child.
my child. I just want to say I'm sorry.
Thank you. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you.
All right, this court is adjourned. I wish you both the best, and I wish the best for the child.